Everyone is talking about keeping it real. Why is that? Why do you think that is? Because we know there is so many fakes out there. That's why. Everyone is trying to show somebody something about themselves in this world. It's like a constant battle going on in the heads of people. That little voice in their heads is pushing them on to compete. You know what I'm talking about. It's the devil trying to get you to doubt yourself. He's giving you whispers that you're not good enough. But that doubt is a killer. It takes away your dreams. It's robbing you of your potential. Before you even step up to the plate, it's robbing you. How many times have you held back from doing something? Not because you haven't got the skills, but because of that little voice creeps in to your mind, telling you that you're not good enough. You can't do it. How many times? That's the devil playing tricks on your mind, I'm telling you. You might think you're protecting yourself from failure. But in reality, you're not. You're just giving in to your fear. You're holding yourself back. I've done it so many times. We know life is tough. We know the world is tough. We know nothing is easy. We know people can chew you up and spit you out. But there's something that can overcome that. There's something that you can use to overcome that. It's knowing who you are and not letting the doubts control you. When you doubt yourself, you're your own biggest enemy, because you're handing over the power of your life to Satan. And he wants to win. He wants to win. He wants to defeat you because he knows who you are. Are you going to let Satan control your life? No, you can't. You've got to fight back. This is reality, my friends. This is real. This is important stuff. Your self-belief means action. Action for yourself. You've got to show up for yourself. Every time you challenge that voice inside of your head that's always trying to put you down, it means you're fighting back. You're not giving up. You're not giving in. Remember them times whenever you tried to do something new and you did it, you nailed it. You know, even though you had fears, even though you had doubts, you did it. You did it so well. You did it 100%. That's proving the devil wrong. Oh yeah. Every single victory that you've had in your life is proving the devil wrong. It doesn't matter how small. That is building your confidence. And that's making that voice inside of you weaker. That voice of, you know, putting you down. It's making it weaker. So what if you failed a couple of times? That's normal. That's fine. And nobody's perfect. Everybody stumbles. It's part of the grind of life. If you're out there trying to do something with yourself and you mess up, it's okay. It's okay. It's part of learning. But the devil will try to tell you that you're a failure. Oh, you're always going to fail. You're useless. You're a loser. No, it's just a setback. Get it into perspective. It's just a setback. It's just a minor setback. But you're going to come back stronger next time because you've learned a lesson. You know who you are. and you're going to keep trying. It doesn't matter how many times they knock you down. You're going to get back up every single time. The lesson that you've learned, it might be about people, it might be situations, it might be a lesson about life, a lesson about not giving up. You're going to come back and you're going to keep trying. You're going to learn those lessons. At the end of the day, that self-doubt in you is just a stupid noise. You've got to filter it out. You've got to get rid of it. It's not doing you any good. Get it out of your mind. It's irrelevant. It's holding you back. You've got to focus on the truth of who you are. The person that God knows you. That's you. You know what you can be. You know what you're capable of. Just give yourself a chance. On one hand, God is trying to encourage you. On the other hand, the world and the devil is trying to condemn you for who you are. For who you are. But you're bigger than that. You're stronger than that. God is with you all the time. As chosen ones in the world that we live in, it's totally normal to feel unsure sometimes, to worry about what's going to come next, because we're always given bad news, we're always told negative things in the media. Everything makes you question yourself, the reality that we live in. Questions. But God knows what's going on in this world. He 100% knows what's going on in these crazy times. We need to keep our levels of faith up in ourselves and in God. Always. We've got to stay encouraged. We've got to stay on fire. We've got to encourage each other. The brethren, the brothers and sisters, we've got to encourage each other. Always. And that's what we're doing in the comments. In the comments, we are encouraging each other. The Bible tells us straight up that this world is wicked and evil. I had someone in the comments the other day saying, how can you say people are evil? And I told him, you need to wake up. You need to read the Bible from back to front. In the book of Genesis, it says, every inclination of man was evil and is evil. Not my words, God's words. People like this don't even know the Bible, and it's a shame. And they're coming out with nonsense comments like that. It's okay, I forgive you. You know who you are. The sin and the rebellion against God is out of control in these last days. People don't want to hear it, but it's the truth. The news and the media is all negative. It's all satanically driven. It's all designed to make us feel down. No, we're not believing that. We're going through the last days. We're living in them right now. We're going through the natural disasters. We're going through the money problems. Every single day, we're going to have bad vibes coming from somewhere. Someone is going to bring us bad vibes in our everyday life. It's inevitable. Even though we wake up in the morning, this is going to be a good day. This is going to be a great day. But someone will come in your face. Something will come in your way and give you a bad vibe. Because that's the type of world we live in. That's what we have to expect. It doesn't come as no surprise. You know, this is why people get themselves down. This is why people are scared of what's coming next. This is why they've got doubts. This is why it all becomes too much for a lot of people. Especially the ones who don't believe in God. They're going to have doubts. You're going to have worries. They're going to be anxious. They're going to be nervous. They're going to be afraid. They're going to be on edge. They're always going to be panicking. Because they don't have God with them. That's why. God isn't protecting them because they don't love him. They don't know him. He's not watching their back. But we, as the chosen ones, have the gift of that, of exactly that. We've got the gift of knowing that God is watching our back. We've got the promise. of God in our lives. We're fortunate because we believe in him. We've done our bit. We believe in him. If we don't believe in God, how can he hear us? How can he see us? How can he turn his face towards us if we don't believe in him? Why should he? We're not going to get caught up in what's happening around us. We're not going to feel heavy and burdened with the world. People are scared of what they can't see. They're scared of not being able to control the things in their life. We don't know what's around the corner. People will say, I don't know if God has a plan for me. I don't know what's next. But he does. He certainly does. If you believe in him, if you trust in him, if you love him, you will see those plans that he's got for you. You'll see them. If you keep believing in him. Very simple. If your faith is weak, it's going to be easy for you to have doubts. If your faith is shaky, you're going to have doubts. A lot of people around you will project their negative energy to you. When they've got doubts, when they're struggling, when they've got problems with their mental health in their everyday life, they're going to project it onto you. And we have pity on them. I just wish that they'd reach out to God. I wish they would. You're a chosen one. You're a Christian. It's easy for you because you're thinking straight. You're thinking positive. You're thinking in truth. You're not thinking in terms of the world. You're thinking in godly terms. The world wants to mess with your head. The world wants us to question, are we sure? Are we sure that there's a God? Are we sure? God's got a purpose for you. You are so special to him. You are so special to him. You don't need to be afraid of what's going to come, of what's going to happen, of what's around the corner. The people that don't believe, the people that just want to fool around, the people that just want to have fun, the people that say to you, what thinks you're so special? What makes you think you're chosen? How can you say you're chosen? How can you be so conceited? This is what people say to me in the comments. They're coming from an evil standpoint. That's what they're doing. They're projecting their doubts onto me. But it doesn't mean anything. Let them say what they want to say. I don't have to convince people. They know who they are, and they know what they believe in. Satan is always trying to use people to belittle you, chosen one. Always. To make you doubt yourself. So that you feel like you have to explain yourself to everybody. Over and over again. You don't have to explain yourself to nobody. You've got discernment. You've got faith and you've got trust. You know where you're coming from. You know the motives of people. They're just playing games. Some of them. Satan is trying to get into your head, making you doubt. He's making you question all the things that you're holding on to. That's your faith. He's making you question it. Every single day, the Bible, there's so many promises in the Bible. The true promises. God is with us in every single thing that we do, in every single day that we're alive. He didn't bring us into this world for nothing. Think about it. Why is it that you've always believed and you've always known there's a God? Who put that belief inside your head from an early age? Who? God knew you would have that faith and that belief from the word go. As soon as you knew who you was, as soon as you knew what the world was, you would have that faith in him. And it was your choice to believe in him. This is why God is always with you. Because people choose to be evil and people choose to be good. People choose to not believe and people choose to believe. And you chose to believe. If God can't be with the believer, who can he be with? It's not going to be with the unbeliever. He's in control of your life. He knows what's happening in the world. Of course he does. He knows everything what's happening. He knows everything about you. He knows everything about everybody. He knows everybody's heart. He knows the struggles of your life. He knows the condition of your heart. God is always good. God is good all the time. You might do things and you might wonder, why is it happening like this? But trust me, God has got a plan. His ways are higher than our ways. Everything works out for the good of those who love him in the end. He wants the best for us, the chosen ones. He wants the best. We think that life is tough and rough, and some people will lose focus of themselves. They'll fall apart. Why is it happening this way? What's going on? If there's really a God, why is he letting me go through this? That's when the doubts start to creep in. That's when people start to lose their faith. And they'll say, how can there be a God when we're living in a world like this? It's because of Satan. Satan brought sin into the world. Sin came into the world. Sin came into the world in the Garden of Eden. God didn't intend for the world to be like this. Satan corrupted and destroyed everything that was good. I don't need to tell you, that's why we're going through tough times right now. Because of the wickedness of man, the free will of man. He chose that road. But God is faithful and he will stick to his promises. He's always going to be there by your side. Even when you've got doubts, even when you're afraid. He sent his only son that we can be forgiven and acceptable in his sight. Even though we're born in sin, even though we're wicked and evil. He's got a purpose for you, for me, for everybody who loves him. He's got a purpose. He's there in every single way. It doesn't matter who tells you otherwise. You've just got to shake off those doubts and fears. Shake them off. You don't need to worry about what's going to come next. When you start to have those times of doubt, those times of worry, when you're unsure about everything, when it's all clouding over you, I should say, when it's getting too much, get back into the Word. Get back into the Word. That will strengthen your mind, the scriptures. That will change your mindset back to what it was before. That will get rid of the fog and when you apply those scriptures to your life, you can create another strong connection with God. You can think about where you are in the big picture. We're all individuals. We're all doing our bit. We have to connect those scriptures to ourselves. We have to apply them to our lives. We need to ask for wisdom. We need to tell God that we want peace in our lives. Because if we don't have peace, it's going to be like chaos, like a war zone. We don't want that. Don't you worry. God is running the show. God is running the show. Nobody else is. God is allowing the scriptures to be fulfilled in this season. It's like if you're in the workplace and the business owner, the chairman, whatever you want to call him, the company boss, has allowed a manager to run the shop floor. And he's watching from above. He's watching from the window above. And he's seeing that nasty, dirty manager. The way he treats people. He's watching him. The way he's running the business. He's running the business into the ground. The standards are slipping. He's wicked and evil. He doesn't treat the workers very well. He's lying and he's cheating them out of the wages. He's doing every underhanded thing to the staff, to the workers. That boss on the floor is Satan. And the manager looking down, the business owner looking out the window, is God. He's allowed that nasty manager to run that shop floor for a season. That's exactly what God's doing right now. God is allowing Satan for a season to operate in this world. But Satan's already been defeated. He's already got his notice. We need to remind ourselves that God is in control. Remind ourselves when we're in doubt. We need to spend time in our fellowship and with our true believers, with our friends. That's what I do. I go into small house groups twice a week, on a Tuesday and on a Friday, with like-minded Christians. And there's rules. No gossiping, no backbiting, no being nasty, no cliques. We all talk to each other. We all respect each other. We all love each other. There's no malicious nonsense going on in the group. It's great. It's the first time in my life that I've been in a really, really good Christian group, a true Christian group. This is how you get stronger in the Lord, because we're edifying each other. We're singing hymns. We're reading scriptures out of the Bible, each and every one of us. This is how I get so much satisfaction. We're taking part. We're not just sitting in the church listening to the pastor. We're taking part. We're taking part. This is the foundation that you need. What I need. What you need. You can dive into the group dynamic. You can be a part of the group. You can sing hymns. You can praise God. You can be with the people. It's like you can really worship God in the spirit. You can come out of that group and you can feel that you've been properly fed. You feel alive. You feel on fire for God. That's the way I want to feel when I worship God. When I leave the house, when I go to worship with other people, that's how I want to feel. When I've got a feeling like that, it eliminates all the doubts in my mind about anything. Because we need to be spiritually fed, effectively, properly fed. I know that people are vindictive, spiteful, the wicked and evil. It's up to them. We've all come across it so many times in our lives. They try to make your life hell because they're following the ways of Satan. Satan knows who we are, the chosen ones, the elect. He knows who we are. We just got to forgive those people because they don't really know what they're doing. They don't. They don't know what road they're on. They don't know where they're going. They don't know who's controlling them. They will be judged, but we have to forgive them. We're not alone, my friends. God is always with us, showing us the way. Showing us the way. Even when we've got doubts, even when we're stiff-necked people. Don't ever doubt God, because he knows what he's doing and he cares. He's with us every hour of the day. Every hour of the day. He's got a purpose and a plan for your life and my life. That's why we're here right now. It's not a coincidence. It's not an accident. God doesn't do accidents. You know that. You know that. It doesn't matter what people think. It doesn't matter who's against you in this world. Because you are of the Lord. You belong to the Lord. We all do, my friends. All of us. All of us who love him. All of us who's given our lives to him. Thank you so much for listening. I hope that you have a wonderful weekend. Take care of yourselves. Take it easy. Have a good one. God bless you. Shalom.